This is Dr. Sausage, or Chub Bologna. When I was growing up, we just called it bologna. But now it's known as Chub Bologna to differentiate it from sliced bologna. But my understanding is that this is pretty much the same thing as what was called Dr. Sausage. And also, according to my understanding, the reason it was called Dr. Sausage was during the Soviet era in Russia, most people couldn't get meat. And so they were able to get this only by prescription from a doctor. Basically, if somebody was about to starve to death, literally, then if they could get to the doctor, then the doctor would write them a prescription for some of this, you know, to get their health back up. So anyway, either way, it's good stuff. Some people claim it's not because it's processed and everything, but it's good stuff, especially fried, which is what I do. I fry it in a cast iron skillet, and let me turn that down just a little bit and get it ready to go on there. And of course, as part of getting it ready to go on there, I've got to cut a slice of it, and for that I'm going to use my brand new Condor Village Parang. And I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly either, but that's okay. Village Parang. Just got it. Got it for Christmas. And my wife bought it for me for Christmas. And I've been wanting one of these for several years, but just couldn't bring myself to buy one because, you know, they're pretty close to $100. But I finally got one, and it's carbon steel, 1055 I think, which is fairly soft. It's more on the range of what you will find in an axe or a machete than most knives, so that way it can handle some abuse. And this is the first use of it, so let's see how well it slices. I'm not going to do like Boris and chop because I just don't want to do that. I'm afraid I'd get a finger with it or a whole hand. It slices really well. It's thick enough to handle some abuse, but not so thick as to not be suitable for slicing. And one thing interesting about it is, compared to some of the other large bush knives, this one doesn't have much of a curved edge. The edge is, for the most part, straight. So that's good for chopping, and it works okay for slicing. Alright, I know this has been my first video in a while, but maybe I'll get around to making some more pretty soon. It's December, late December, so I'll probably make one. I don't know if I'll put it up on YouTube or on Rumble, but more likely Rumble, because I'm going to make a Rumble with my Thunder mug. I'm planning on it anyway, on 4th of July. I mean on New Year's Eve. So be watching for that. And like I said, I might not put it on YouTube, but it'll be on Rumble. So we'll have some fun with that. Anyway. Oh, another thing. I'm using a new tripod. Actually, it's not very new. It's probably a couple of years old, but it's taller than the other one. And in my fairly recent camping trip to Land Between the Lakes, I broke the one I had been using for several years, for over 10 years, I guess. And it was on, not, it had some issues anyway, some little parts that were broken and no longer adjustable, but it still worked. And but it finally bit the dust on that trip, and so I started using this one. This one's taller anyway, but probably not as robust, so we'll see how long it lasts. Alright, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.